The popular Xbox 360 line and the newcomer PlayStation 3. Which will win? Well, when you look at the package, they both come with the same things. They come with RCA cables, HD TV cables, they come with a controller, and a microphone for online chat. The PlayStation 3 has a built-in wireless adapter, a single-core processor, a glossy finish, and touch-sensitive buttons. The Xbox 360 has no built-in wireless adapter, a 3-core processor, a plastic finish, with mechanical buttons. The PlayStation 3 has a 120GB model priced at $300. It also has a 250GB model priced at $350. A discontinued 60 and 80GB version can be found for around $250 roughly used. The Xbox 360 has a 512MB arcade with no hard drive for $200. They also have a 120GB Elite system for $300, special 250GB models for $400, and the popular Pro, which was discontinued, and you could probably find used or refurbished for around $200, maybe $150 if you're lucky. The Xbox 360 suffers from a common problem called the red ring of death. This red ring is a notification letting you know that the Xbox is damaged and is overheated and cannot work anymore. It's a hardware fault, and it wants to let you know that it's broken. Now, on the other hand, from my friend, I've heard that there's a common problem for the PlayStation 3 where the hard drive is corrupt. This is an easy fix and you can do on your own, unlike the red ring of death, which you have to send into Microsoft to fix. I definitely recommend that buyers consider this when they choose between an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3. Now onto the processors. The PlayStation 3 has a very unique processor called the Cell processor. This processor has 8 mini cores on the inside of one processor. As you can see, it's in the SPE section in the center of the processor. Now in the Xbox 360 processor, there's 3 cores. There's the core 1, 0, and 2 at the top left, top, and the bottom left corner. These processors are more powerful individually, but overall not as powerful as the PlayStation 3 Cell processor. This is why some games like Uncharted 2 look so gorgeous and beautiful on the PlayStation 3. It's because the developer took the time to utilize every single core of the PlayStation 3. Unlike some game developers, the graphics on the PS3 look the same as Xbox because they don't utilize every core on the PS3. Now on to controllers. The PlayStation 3 controller has joysticks that stick out instead of in. Apparently this makes it easier to turn left, up, down, and right on the joysticks. Also, the buttons, the square, triangle, circle, and X buttons, are very flat and made of plastic. They're easy to push and are similar to the PlayStation 2 buttons, if you're familiar with that. The directional pad on the left is one of the best I've ever used. The up, down, left, and right are all separate buttons, so they're easy to press. The L1 and R1 buttons on the PlayStation 3 controller are similar to the PlayStation 2 controller, if you're familiar with that. They're kind of curved, so they wrap on your fingers very nicely. They press down easily, and they're very responsive. The L2 and R2, which are the back ones under the L1 and R1s, are very nice too. They feel like triggers that are spring-loaded, and when you press down will pop back up. They have very good response, and I like them a lot. The only problem I have with the PlayStation 3 controller is the whole shape of it. It's kind of awkward in my hands, and feels a little tiny. The Xbox 360 controller is different. It has joysticks at the bottom and the top left. These joysticks go in and kind of feel like they have more of a grip to your thumbs. The Xbox 360 also has a D-pad located at the bottom left. This D-pad is a one-piece D-pad, unlike the PlayStation 3 D-pad, where it has 4 buttons. This one Xbox D-pad is very hard to use and hurts my fingers at times. It's not as responsive and isn't a joy to use like the PlayStation 3 D-pad. The back of the controller is very nice as well. It has a battery cover, as you can see, and it also has 2 triggers. These triggers are one of the best triggers I've ever used on a controller. These triggers are so nice and responsive. They're smooth when you press down, and they spring back up very nicely. Also, under the triggers is finger room. This finger room really lets you grip the controller better and more naturally. It leaves your hands to rest in a natural position, and I like this a lot better over the PlayStation 3 controller. So which is better? I prefer the Xbox 360 controller, just because the triggers are nice, the joysticks are nice, and the whole feel of the controller is nice. It feels very well built, with no creaks or anything. It's one big solid piece of plastic that I love. Also, the PlayStation 3 isn't bad. It has a very nice build that's familiar to a lot of PlayStation users, but the only problem I have with it is the triggers. The triggers on the back, since they're not curved upwards like the Xbox 360's, when placed on a table, it could accidentally press, which is a big no-no for me. Also, I kind of prefer the inward concave version of the joysticks on the Xbox. Really, the choice is up to you. You should go to your local store and check it out. So that ends the first round of this console war between the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So, who wins this round? I'm going to give it to the PlayStation 3, mainly because it has more bang for your buck. When you look at it, it comes with a wireless adapter. Also, not to mention, the controllers are already rechargeable, which is a really good feature to have on your controllers. You can get all this stuff, like the wireless adapter and the rechargeable controllers for the Xbox, but it'll cost you about another additional $125 or so. If you have the money, go for the Xbox. Otherwise, stick with the PS3. But this isn't over yet. Look for round 2, where I go over the software and online gameplay and features of the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3.